Good morning, everyone. It's a lovely morning here by us. So, today I wanted to talk about these guys. Reeds. Now, I used to be heavily against them. I was a person that was like, no, all that can work and will work in a garden is proper poles, proper gum poles, nothing else, just that. But I've become, let's just say I very rapidly become an advocate for reeds. Now, reeds, I think they're a bit like a bamboo. As you can see, this one, it's actually quite small, and they are hollow on the inside most of the way. So if they grow like anywhere, especially along rivers, along the roadways here, we live right next to a river. This town is basically built by the river, so as you can expect, we have massive amounts of these things just growing there. And if you think, but probably need like permission to get them, you don't really need permission. Say it grows on the side of the road, there you can pick it out. If it grows but next to, well, say like the train tracks, and okay, that it isn't fenced off, you can go there, you're not trespassing, then you can go get it. That is the brilliance. They will grow anywhere, and if you manage to get them with their roots, they will grow like bananas and other types of plants that are propagated by roots, like your strawberries. So when it comes to getting them out, you can use anything. I know my first one, and this is quite a funny story, I brute forced out with the help of my family dog, because that day I decided, I'm going to go get a reed. And I didn't know that, reeds, you kind of need something to chop it. Be it a simple hedge cutter or one of your garden shears, axe saw, you need something to cut it. So I didn't know that. I was young, I was so innocent. So I walked off with the family dog, and now our dog, she's a pit bull, probably, but also a very well-mannered pit bull. I trust her with any dog, but she has two triggers. One of them being cats, and the second one is a type of ground bird, a guinea fowl. Over here we call it tarantala. They are quite large, but maybe even turkey size, and over here they just wander around wild, literally. Like you can go walking up and down the road, and there you'll see them. They will be there. And contrary to popular belief, yes, they do fly, although very low, they do fly. So me, I take the dog. I walk down the road towards where I knew there was a grove of reeds, and as you're walking, a cat crosses. And now this cat is, a typical cat that it doesn't care what you think, it doesn't care what the dog thinks, it's doing what it wants. And it decided that day that, this dog that is currently going absolutely crazy, that is singing quite literally, they're going to indulge a bit and sit right in the middle of the road. Yeah, so that was about 2 minutes of my time holding on to a very strong dog that was singing, howling, barking, because there's a cat in front of us, and the cat is literally giving us the death glare. It's not scared, just sitting there. So waited a while, waited for the cat to leave, and then I dragged the dog past to get towards where we needed to be, and we get to the grove of reeds. Now, a grove of reeds, it's actually just one plant that under the ground has propagated a root system, and more pieces have come up. So anyways, we get to the grove, and literally as I'm standing there trying my hardest to pull out just one piece, there comes not one, not two, a whole flock of tarantula, aka guinea fowl. And it wasn't just adults, it was babies with them as well. So you can imagine now, this dog is next to me again, singing such high notes that you actually stop hearing her, but you know that she is ear-splittingly loud. So I get the bright idea, you know what? I'm not going to be the one struggling with this dog. So I very quickly wrapped the lead around the base of the reed that I was trying to get, and I hold on to the other side, and our dog literally pulled the reed out, snapped its stem as if it was nothing. I managed to get home with said reed, got a few weird looks from the different drivers that saw me, but you know what? Other than those two weird mishaps, it was fun. Now let's go over to talking about what you can use reeds for. Now, despite how thin this one looks, it is very, very versatile. For one, like you can see here, we have cut off the midway some of the reeds that we've gotten, and we've turned it into a teepee for my beans. Now these are runner beans, pole beans, so they're going to climb all the way up. And the wondrous thing is that with this stuff, I didn't even need to use rope. I simply used the leaves themselves, which has turned into incredibly strong bindings. This thing is sturdy, it will not budge. So yeah, there's that. Then one of the things that I do plan to do, especially with these thinner ones, is I plan to make like a reed wall, something that I can allow my heavier items to lean against, like say this grenadilla that's growing. And to give an example of how heavy it is, this wiring you see in between, that's chicken wire. And earlier this year, this thing literally got so heavy that it broke the bindings of the chicken wire. What you are seeing is just half of it. The rest of it is, of course, folded over. Then we've got like my grape here. This thing is incredibly heavy. This is a heavy boy. And then I've got gourds, of course, and all that. So yeah, there's that you can use it for. Because they are hollow, if you split it in half, you can use them to transport water, just as good as if they were normal PVC piping. Okay, they are a little bit thinner, but if you've got thicker ones, you'd be able to do so. And the leaves themselves make for excellent ropes, as I've shown. Or if you are like my sister, what we did is we tied up this bundle of leaves. We're waiting for it to dry out, and she plans to make a basket out of it, or a mat. So there is so many things that you can do with reeds, and I would advocate for using them, not just because of the fact that it's a natural resource, but because they are very drought resistant, they are heat hardy. I mean, they grow here like weeds. And there's the whole fact that, say you get one piece with its roots and you plant it, and like I want to plant one there, over there, as a wall. Just plant one at the edge. Now that will grow its own growth. Now if it starts going out like bananas do, like you get this errant one that decides, okay, it's growing where it's not supposed to grow, what you can do is you can chop that one down. It's not going to kill the rest of it. It's not going to make it that the others are weaker. In fact, another one will just grow in another spot. And they grow so fast that you basically have self-replenishing reeds constantly. So yeah, hopefully this was informative and not confusing, but see you in the next video.